children in. Hi folks, how are you today? Welcome to the Jack Homestead. I'm Chris.
I'm Donna.
Mr. Jack and Mrs. Jack. It's our weekly dinner at the Jack Homestead with us. Today we had Mrs. Jack made dinner. I helped.
No,
So.
Mrs. Jack made the meatloaf. Mr. Jack did all the sides.
Yeah, true. So we had venison meatloaf.
From our property, venison from our property that Mr. Jack got. And in the venison, we used a duck egg. And what else did we use?
Breadcrumbs.
I use a box of stuffing mix because it has the breadcrumbs in it, plus it has all the seasoning. That's key.
And it's banging.
I also used my homemade turkey broth in it. Also some ketchup. But yes, we're trying every Thursday to do a meal with things from our homestead or garden or wherever. Bless you. And
sorry about that, folks.
what did we have last week?
I made sausage soup.
Oh, that's right, with the kale from our garden. And sprouts from our garden. So eventually, hopefully soon, we will have our own vegetables from the garden. Right now, the only thing that we have been harvesting is kale, sprouts, and romaine lettuce.
Yeah, and romaine. You want more potatoes?
A little bit more, yeah. Thank you. But we will be having our own peas and carrots, and we will be having our own potatoes.
Yes.
Last year we were really excited because we were able to make some meals that were like 100% from our homestead, which was really nice. That's going to be our goal again this summer. But nothing's ready yet, but coming close. Carrots are looking fantastic, and the peas are looking fantastic, and the potatoes are looking fantastic.
Yeah, everything's looking good.
So, Mr. Jack, you want to start us off on what we did this week?
This week, I worked up till Tuesday morning. What did I do Tuesday morning? Worked on the... Can't remember.
World.
Yeah. Worked on I believe the new chicken coop. And, we got not the new chicken. Yeah, the new chicken coop. For the bigger chickens. Put them in there. Seemed to go pretty well. They've been going in there at night by themselves.
With the baby chicks.
And then...
is that what you're talking about?
No. Remember, because we were talking about it on the last dinner video about putting the big chickens in the big.
Oh, I thought
coop.
we had already done that.
No, and so that worked out well. They're going in and out. They're laying in there. We have one chicken, a Buff Orpington. She hasn't laid in 3 days. I mean, she doesn't look.
She's protesting.
Yeah, I think she's protesting because of the switch. But then Tuesday. Mother got the new coop, or the old coop, where the 4 chickens were in, and she cleaned that out, got it ready for the new chicks. Now that they're teenagers, we put them in there Tuesday night, and they seem to be doing pretty good.
They've been doing great. They are going to bed on their own at night. We haven't had any issues, knock on wood, with them. We're still having issues with the 2 Cayuga ducks. Will not go up the ramp of the duck coop.
Tonight I'm going to get a board and start corralling them up there, showing them that they can do it. I think they're just scared.
They come down it, but they won't go up it.
Yeah,
Theo's
sure.
gonna meow through the whole video unless
That's
you
all
let
right.
him out. So, let me see.
That's hot.
Since Mr. Jack doesn't remember. Sunday, we took Louie, who most people know Louie, and we took Frankie
Oh, yep.
to the local firehouse to get their rabies shot. Our vet, long story short, we had a vet right here in our neighborhood that we used to go to, and she was also a vet to another veterinary clinic that is probably about a half hour, 40-minute drive from here.
Yeah.
Well, a bunch of vets left or retired, and she decided to close down our office here in town and go stay at the other one permanently because that is a bigger office,
Yeah.
more clients, which is understandable. But in the long run, it really is awful for us because my dog Louie has epilepsy and he has seizures and he takes medication, and we have him controlled, the seizures.
Yeah.
But anxiety brings on his seizures. So when we do that car ride, and of course with this whole COVID thing and them not really wanting you to go inside the vet, being in the car like that,
The ladies are on the porch and they shouldn't be.
being in the car like that puts him in the seizures. The last time we went, he had 2 seizures. And so when she said she was doing a rabies vaccination clinic, our vet here in town at the firehouse, I said, we're taking the animals because that will save Louie the aggravation and the anxiety of going on that long car ride and then having him have seizures. And they did great, both of them. They were both really good for us and got their rabies shots.
Yes.
Theo already had his. They're fighting because they want to go outside. So that was on Sunday. Like Mr. Jack said, we did a lot.
Working around the farm and
Yeah,
homestead stuff.
cutting grass, weed whacking.
Getting ready for this weekend for Father's Day.
The garden, tending to the garden and pulling weeds. Mr. Jack power washed the deck and power washed the furniture on the deck and the house.
Yep.
And what else have we been doing?
Meat chickens are doing good.
Yes, meat chickens are doing good.
Eating like crazy now.
They are, I believe, 4 weeks this weekend.
I think so.
Yeah, so they'll have another 4 weeks to go.
They might be older than that, because, well, yeah, it's about right. And we got confirmation on our other birds, the Red Rangers.
Our next set of meat birds. That's another thing Mr. Jack did. He was getting the brooder box ready for them down in the garage.
Speaking of that, with I put new what do they call that? Hardware cloth on the top of that. It was just regular chicken wire before, and
which is why the snake got in.
yeah. So I decided to do that. Or we decided it had to be done. And then the chicken coop up in the top, I left some spaces open for ventilation. And yesterday I put some hardware cloth on those areas.
So that nothing could get in.
So that nothing can get in. And still got to finish that up, but
we cut down a big pine tree out
oh,
front.
that's right, yeah. We cut.
That was a whole day.
No, that wasn't a whole day.
Well,
we got it done pretty quick. But
we cut down the tree, chopped it all up.
Put it in the brush pile.
Yeah, we had to take it to a brush pile.
And let me tell you something.
And then Mr. Jack helped me landscape around the stump because I'm going to get a pot with flowers to put on top of it. But he helped me landscape and fill it in with mulch and dirt, and I planted some flower seeds around that stump. So we did that this week.
And yeah, and I'm telling you what, I'm thankful for buying the tractor. Even though today it gave me some problems, but that'll be in the review. So check out that video when I get it done. Hopefully I'm going to try to do it tomorrow after I'm done mowing in the morning. I still got more to mow. I'm not going to mow this upper field because it's been really dry. Man, it actually doesn't need it. Man, them potatoes are good tonight.
Yeah, they are.
Mrs. Jack made potatoes a couple weeks ago, it was, and they were phenomenal. I was like, these are like instant. They taste like, I mean, not the instant potatoes are nasty or anything, but they were really good.
Normally I don't make the potatoes.
No.
Mr. Jack does because I really like his, but I made them that day. They were good. I didn't know what I was doing. I threw a little bit of everything in.
Yeah, and she used her immersion blender,
Mm-hmm.
and it really made them nice and creamy. I was impressed. And she's been cooking a lot of good food.
Yeah, so much so Mr. Jack doesn't want to cook anymore.
That's true. It's true. Really good food. She made this chicken stuffed with kale.
Kale and
Cheese,
ricotta.
ricotta cheese, and with it was lovely.
With our homemade tomatoes from the garden.
From last year that we canned. It was a 5-star restaurant dinner all the way around. And
It was good.
Had a little spaghetti with it on top. It was. Did we have? Yeah, we had spaghetti with it. It was. It was perfect. It was perfect. And she's been doing that lately, and it's really kicking me out of the kitchen. And I'm like, she cooking really good.
I'm going to have to start really doing awful meals because I like Mr. Jack to cook.
I like to cook too. But I'm a meat and potato and vegetable guy. I mean...
And I'm more of a chicken pasta.
Yeah, chicken pasta. She looks up a lot of recipes online on that Pinterest, and man... She knocks it out of the park every time.
So, people that don't really know me, I was not taught how to cook. I don't really know how to cook. When I raised my kids, they didn't eat that well. It was quick, easy stuff.
Yeah, but it's not like she starved them, but...
Whoever came up with Pinterest I would like to thank them because Pinterest taught me how to cook. I would go on, see things that I liked, and I would save the recipe, and I'm always trying new recipes, and I absolutely love them. And then I try occasionally to come up with something on my own based off of something I see. But Pinterest has really helped me learn how to cook because I didn't grow up where cooking was a big, huge thing the way Mr. Jack's family is.
Yeah, we used to have Sunday dinners, well, dinner time every night between 5 and 6. Always had meals. Different stuff. My stepfather was Italian, and we used to have Italian foods. When I was a kid, my stepfather and my mom loved fried oysters. And when I was a kid, I was like, no, I never liked them. Oh, it was so nasty. I can remember eating them, and I would put them in my napkin like I was wiping my mouth, and I'd spit them out in there. And yeah, I'd be sitting at the table falling asleep because I just couldn't eat them. But now, it's funny. It's like liver and onions. I couldn't eat liver and onions back then. Now I can. I love them. It's
Not me.
And stuff like that. So
that's something that is a goal of mine that I would love to learn how to cook fish.
Fish, yeah.
I've never had fish until I met Mr. Jack.
Your first
My
experience
family,
wasn't the
my
greatest,
mom, they're not big seafood people, especially fish. My mom's not a big seafood person, but seafood is actually one of my favorite. Well, my favorite food is lobster.
Want any more of them?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a little bit.
You want some more potatoes?
A little bit of everything. So my favorite food is lobster. Mr. Jack could tell you that
Seafood
story,
wise,
but
she sucks all the meat out of the little legs.
I love crabs, shrimp, scallops, and I never really had fish. And Mr. Jack likes to go fishing, and he has made some fish for me, and I haven't. The only time I had fish that oh, that's plenty.
Okay.
The only time I had fish that I didn't like, and it wasn't because I didn't like the fish, it was because it had bones in it, and that freaked me out.
It was a trout that I caught here, my very first Pennsylvania trout. Well, it's, you know, they were pan fryers, but they have a lot of, if you don't fillet them right, normally you would just cook them whole instead of filleting the fillet out of them. You know, you would clean them, and some people leave the heads on, some people don't, and then they would just fry them in a frying pan. I elected to fillet them, and it didn't work very well. Normally I do pretty good, but yeah, it didn't work very well.
But, I mean, Mr. Jack got this, I don't know my fish. He got this big, humongous fish.
Oh, it's a tiger muskie.
He said, I'm going to make you poor man's lobster. And I'm thinking, what in the world does that even mean?
It's gonna be all bony and...
Oh, it was so good. Like, he just cooked it up as a snack. And, I mean, we tore that apart. It was so good. Yeah, I did. It was really good. I just kept going back for more. Yeah. It was really good.
And I got that recipe off of one of the YouTube channels I've subscribed to. I can't remember. Is it Zach and Joe something? Survival. Yeah, something. Yeah, Jack. Either Joe and Zach Survival, or yeah, it was Joe, the father. He made it in one of his earlier videos back when he was first starting. And I'll tell you what, it was really good. I was pretty impressed. Mm-hmm. And I got to tell him too that to thank him for showing on his video on how to fillet those and get I got a ton of meat off of that fish. I want to say I probably had all of 10 pounds or better of meat off of that, which was 7 fillets. So that was good stuff. And yeah, that was good stuff. Mm-hmm. So I hope everybody's having a good day and a good week. And their gardens are doing good. And we're under a tornado watch tonight till 11. Hasn't rained today yet. It's supposed to. It's pretty windy out, but I got the yard mowed. I got to finish some of it tomorrow.
Well, Saturday is a big day here. So tomorrow is going to be big busy day. We got shopping to do, cooking to do, cleaning to do, getting ready for company. My oldest daughter, Britt, and her boyfriend, Jesse, they live in the city, and it's a 3-hour drive.
Philly.
And this was the weekend that she said that she would be able to come up here because it's hard for us to all get together. And she said this would be the weekend they both had off and they would be able to come up. And I said, well, you realize that's Father's Day. And she said, no, I didn't realize that. So we invited my girl's father to come over for a barbecue on Saturday. So my daughters are all coming. And Mr. Jack is going to make a brisket.
Again.
Yes, my girls love his brisket on the smoker grill.
Yes.
That's something you could tell them about.
Yeah, speaking of that, I had this trails and smoker that I bought from, well, Mrs. Jack bought me last year, 2 years ago this weekend for Father's Day. Beautiful thing. It worked well, except, well, I don't want to get into it because I'm going to do a review on the new one for the same price. You guys will see. Anyway, the guy, his name was Justin down at Tractor Supply. I called him, explained to him, hey, you know, we got company coming this weekend. I've been trying to call this Trails Ends, the manufacturer. Nobody seems to answer the phone. And I can't find a new probe for it, heat probe that goes into the cooking chamber to help regulate the pellets and if you're smoking and the temperature and stuff like that. So we found the receipt because Mrs. Jack is a paper hoarder. Thank God she is, because I would have threw that away. But she saved that receipt from 2 years ago. And I'm sure there's more in there from
Mr. Jack yells at me all the time because I don't throw any paperwork away because I always feel like you're gonna need this paperwork. Yeah. So I do hoard paperwork.
So if you guys have a girlfriend or a wife that's like that, be thankful, because she found that receipt and I was able to exchange it for this new one that's called the
brand new.
What is that one called? It's right on the thing there.
Even Embers.
Yeah, even Embers. I believe it's made by the same company, but the review will be up. There's some things on there I gotta just, you know, review. So we used it to cook hot dogs for the first time last night, and they turned out good. Yeah, other than that, but Justin, like I said, he did
yes, he was very nice.
Very nice, helped me out.
Because it's 2 years old. We thought
maybe
they would help us get the part or something.
Just the part, but he said that
but they exchanged the whole grill.
They exchanged the whole grill. So, and let's see what else. James is doing good
in the Navy.
Yeah, down in, well, I don't want to say, but Norfolk, but. Anyway, and then Erica's doing pretty good. She has to move out of her dorm sometime real soon, because I guess that they are recarpeting the whole building.
Hopefully painting too.
And painting, and she's like, she needs help, and it's like, how are we? I have to work this week, coming up week.
We have a lot going on these next couple of weekends. Next weekend, we actually have to go to Philly. We're just going to a dinner Saturday. It's almost been a year since my dad passed away. And so we're all going out as a family in honor of my dad. So that's next weekend. CJ is coming home next weekend.
I am CJ, Mr. Jack Jr.
Mini Christopher.
Yeah.
We're hoping we're going to
get to see him before he goes back.
Yeah, and then he lives in Texas.
Yeah, and then the following
weekend is a barbecue.
Yep, there's 2 barbecues. One for a friend of mine at work on the 1st. And then my brother's having one. I'm not sure yet, or he's not sure yet, the 3rd or the 4th. So
we're excited about that because we haven't seen a lot of our relatives, just because ever since we started the homestead and getting animals, and it's hard for us to get away.
Gas prices,
well, our number one reason is the farm. We do have a farm sitter. We have tenants. We rent out an RV lot on our property.
That came with the property.
And they came last summer, and we had them again this summer, and they are wonderful people, and they love our animals, so they are going to help us out so that we can go to these dinners and barbecues that we have coming up, because normally we don't get to go anywhere or do anything because we're busy.
And Dennis is the gentleman's name. He used to be a beekeeper. Well, they both used to do it, him and his wife. But next month, hopefully, if things work out, we'll be getting a beehive for next year. Which, will not produce honey this year, but this way I get them established, and then next year they should produce honey for us for the homestead. So, and maybe we'll sell some of that too, along with our eggs. And
I would like to dabble in making candles with the wax.
Yeah.
And trying different scents and things like that, but we'll see what the future holds.
So,
your oldest daughter, she gave us some good news this week.
Yeah,
she
put her house up.
She put her house up for sale and got it sold within a couple days.
Yeah, it was less than a week, which the housing market's going crazy now.
She already has a house that they are going to purchase.
Yeah, a little bit bigger.
A bigger house. She has many children.
Yeah.
And they need a bigger house.
Seven of my our 9 grandchildren.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So
she needed a bigger house. Yeah.
The Waltons.
A little bit more. Well, I don't know how much property, but she said bigger property, I guess. So.
Yeah. So.
Which is very nice. That's exciting for her.
Yeah, and my other daughter's doing good in school so far. She's texted her the other day, asked her how things are going. She said things are going good. Yeah, that's and CJ's coming home. Like Mrs. Jack said, her girls will be home this weekend for Father's Day, and their dad is coming up and gonna hang out with us and eat good food and get fat and take naps.
Mr. Jack's motto.
That's right. That's my motto.
Eat and sleep.
Work hard and sleep. Take naps in between. So, but that's about all we got. Oh yeah, everything's going good. The gardens, I think the way the weather worked out, it just kind of like blew up. I was worried, but everything's doing good.
Had, like I said in the last video, we had some hiccups, but and I'm still fighting. We've got a pest issue this year that I can't figure out what it is because I don't see anything. But I did have to sprinkle some stuff in the garden to try to get rid of the bugs, and I think that I did. But now there's a different bed that looks like it might need some help, but we'll see. But everything to me is growing and doing good. It just seems like it's a slower pace.
Yeah. So, well, we hope you guys have a good week and be safe and enjoy the nice weather.
Yes. So. And keep an eye out for our upcoming videos on the garden and the tractor and the grill reviews.
Yeah, and I got a chicken, another chicken video. I'm hopefully finish up tonight and get that posted. Our internet sucks here. It's terrible. So it takes forever to post. And sometimes we have to go down to our daughter's house because she lives in town and they got a lot faster internet. So until then, you guys have a good one and be safe.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yep, thanks for hanging out.
Are you kidding me?
No,